Good morning, Windows Daily Helpline number 298. It's 9 a.m. September 26, 2023. September 26, 2023. Now that happened because I decided to restart the Big Beast build less than 3 minutes before show time. So I was even a few seconds late on show time. And today is a Tuesday. This shirt is so black, I can't even tell where my shirt collar is. It looks like it's not a shirt at all. But I promise you, there's a collar there. Wow. All right. Get on with it, Doug. I have an email. Oh, now I got to go pull up that email because I restarted the computer. I don't have anything prepared. I do have a redirect set for Ken Stout's yesterday's premiere. It was supposed to run yesterday, but he scheduled it wrong. He tried to blame it on YouTube. No, Ken, you scheduled it wrong. Here I have an email from Hank. I'm not sure who Hank is in the chat room or if he participates in chat. I'm not showing his email address. That's where it shows his name. I am an individual and would like to know if you are interested in setting up a computer. I can use a computer with no problem, but not well versed in setting one up. And it gives us a link here to the computer he's looking at. It's a Dell refurbished computer. This will be a backup computer. I'm assuming that means a standby computer, a computer he can go use if the computer he normally uses is not working one day. I would like it set up without a Microsoft account. I have not purchased it, but could mail it to you. Well, the simple first answer is no. I'm not interested in setting that up as part of my channel activity, and probably not even as a paid service. I'm suspecting that you meant that as a channel activity. Now, the reason for that is that what I offer on my channel is free support to people to help them fix their computers. And setting up a computer is way too simple or short of a process to justify the shipping costs, frankly. Now, you could order it from Amazon and have it shipped to me, so that's free shipping, assuming you get free shipping wherever you're at. But then I would have to ship it to you. And that time involvement of me going to boxing it up and taking it to store, that's not useful content on my channel. So anything that somebody wants me to help with that I can do during a live show or even a recorded show, that's the kind of thing that I'm willing to do on my channel. But things that require me driving around town and doing chores that are not part of my channel, no, that's not really what I'm offering on this channel. Now, there are other people in this community that might be willing to do that for you. So maybe we get more information with you along those lines. But if you were to use my help through my channel, the way that would work is you buy it and have it shipped to yourself. When you receive it, you get on to Zoom with me during a live stream, and we can actually go through the unboxing together, plugging it in, turning it on, what to do, how to set up the Microsoft account. Will protect you from exposing your password, of course. But I can walk you through that whole process as part of my channel offering. Yeah, but not ship it to me. That's not going to work. Now, you might be in an environment, maybe you have some disabilities or something, and you can't physically deal with it. That's a different question, and maybe we can find some other way of dealing with that through the people in this community. So I need more information from you, and perhaps if you could come on to Zoom with us, we could have a conversation. We can do that during on a weekly show. It's a little bit easier on the Saturday show, but if you're like eager or only available Monday through Friday, then we can find some way to help you with that. Okay. Now I'm going to go bring up chat and say hello to the people. I don't see at the end of chat anyone identifying themselves as being that person. Click to add a screenshot. What is this showing me? 1 of 3. It's telling me some new stuff available, I guess. I don't know. I don't want this stuff. All right, now pop out chat. Ooh, look at that. I'm frozen because it's paused. That's why. Bring back chat. Make that bigger. Zoom in 3 times. Rick Lakes, good morning. Francois Guibald. Francois was with us this morning during Fortnite, and I think he might have been on both shows yesterday. And Francois, let's come over to here, has a comment. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, wake up. Yeah, Francois has a comment here. He says, "Hi, Doug. Hope you're doing well. During your last show, beginning at 0.47, and that's actually a link I can click on, and for 1 or 2 seconds, your voice became like robotic. It happened when you pressed the button to transition from your live Windows training mail banner to show us your Gmail screen. Just want to let you know to see if it's just a one-time glitch or if it's recurrent." So I was wondering what in the world was that? And I got a good chuckle out of that. If I click on this, does it come up on a new tab? Yeah, it does. Listen here. Yeah, there may be besides what I have to say. Yeah, beep, 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 beep. So that was, come on, what's that character's name? I was trying to think of it earlier, and I couldn't think of that show way back with 20, 30 years ago. BB, that robotic, that glitchy kind of voice. Max Headroom. Thank you, Cassandra. I knew somebody would come up with it right away. Yeah, remind me of Max Headroom, but of course it wasn't quite that. But Max, you are obviously a good person, so we're going to come over here to 3-dot menu and add as moderator, standard moderator. That turns your name blue. And that's mainly just so that we recognize that you're around here and you're a kind, friendly person. Hello, Alice, Mike Wojcik, William Dawson. Give me a moment. All right, checking the sound indicator that I'm unmuted successfully. Rick Lakes, Mike Wojcik, Ran Israel, Brian Lightfoot says, welcome back to Francois Guilbault. Selden Ball, I think he's saying that welcome back from yesterday. Hey, Francois, if you don't mind, I'd like to know, how did you come here? You showed up on my Fortnite and here on Live Windows Training, the Windows Daily Show, and did a comment. Did you come here maybe from somebody else's show? Could have been Carrie Holzman's show, or have you been lurking in the background for a while and just started to interact with us? I'm just curious. Don't have to answer if you don't want to. Selden Ball with the weather report. Air quality index. We've been having air quality index warnings here in Fresno. Sometimes we call it Fresburg. Jeff Ryman, Jim KJ3N, a few seconds late. Oh, the horror. And Israel. I get demerits for that. Dennis. Yeah, Dennis, I got your reply. Ashoka Tano, that's a character in, well, it's a skin for us in Fortnite, but apparently it's a character somewhere else on some show. And Dennis, I'm wondering, were you able to get into that creator game that I emailed you about this morning saying it wasn't working for me? You replied saying that's weird, but did you try it? Speedy C, hello. Rand Israel, not orange enough. Maybe this Soko Tano is something. Oh, he didn't hit me in orange. That's all he's saying. I think, Londog, in that situation, maybe one easy answer is to have the person go through the normal window to set up process and create a Microsoft account, but after everything's updated, get into the account section and create a local user account. That's the easiest thing to do. Of course, we all know how to bypass Microsoft setup for an account, but this person may not. That's the kind of direction I would go in. Yeah, except that, are you misunderstanding the request, Londog? Let's go back and see that request again. Let's see here. I'm an individual, can use a computer looking at Dell. I would like to set it up with, without a Microsoft account. Okay, yeah, somehow I first read that as with a Microsoft account, and obviously not just the first time I read it, but even the second and third time. I thought he was saying he wanted a Microsoft account. You're totally right. He's saying not a Microsoft account. Now, is that, yeah, it's Windows 10 Pro. With Windows 10 Pro, the easiest way to do that, and I've seen some people still not getting this, is you go into which type of account do you want to install and tell it that it's for corporate or business use, even if it's personal use. Select corporate or business use because that will let you create a local account because they're assuming you're going to want to log into Active Directory. You just never do that. It easy. You just takes you straight into creating a local Microsoft account because a business or a domain or business account, I think is what it's called. You select that, even if it's personal user, and it lets you put in a local account, and that's just super easy. No tricks involved for Pro, for Windows 10 or 11 Pro. By the way, was that Windows 11? Oh, that's Windows 10 Pro. So even easier. Max Headroom. For a backup computer that you'll use during problematic times with your main PC, I would turn on synchronization in your browsers. That way all your bookmarks and stuff will be there. Yes, I like that too. However, to turn on synchronization, you have to have an account with that browser. If it's Google Chrome, you have to be using your Google account on both computers and turn on synchronization. If you're using Microsoft Edge, then you can sign into Microsoft Edge with your Microsoft account, even if you're not logging into Windows with your Microsoft account, and then that synchronizes your bookmarks and your viewing history across the different computers. But one thing about a machine that you don't use on a routine basis is Microsoft updates and other things that need to be updated when you go grab that machine that hasn't been turned on in a while. Those are my comments. You can take it from here. Yeah, so one thing about the machine that you don't use, your backup machine, if it's sitting for a long time, then it could be obsolete as far as Microsoft updates. And when you turn it on, maybe it's real sluggish until it catches up with Microsoft updates, although you can go pause updates, even if the updates are far out of date. So that is an issue to be concerned with. And that's an issue that my client I've told you about, the house in North Fork that I go up to sometimes on the weekends, they're out of the country for 6 months of the year and they shut down their computers. When they come back, there's a lot of updates to catch up with. And oftentimes when they come back, they call me or text me saying, my computer's so slow. And I say, have you given it time to update yet? And they say, yeah, it's been 10 minutes since I turned it on. No, that's not long enough. Depending upon the speed of the computer and the speed of the internet access. And I'd tell them, just turn on, walk away for an hour or two, then come back. Those are my comments. Zivi Minor, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Lawn Dog Retracted, Francois Guibalt. I was watching Kerry Holzman videos and he mentioned you. Oh, great. Thanks for coming to check us out. Darren Gilholm, hi. Lawn Dog, remember that's my 2 cents and that's exactly the value of it, 2 pennies. Francois Guibalt, I also discovered your Fortnite channel. Awesome. Now, did you discover my Fortnite channel from this channel? Or did you discover it independently? That must be weird. If you did. Hello, Josh Kinder. Hey, Josh Kinder, I got a question for you. In Fortnite, we've got a new person showing up in our Fortnite by the name of Jake, who you play with sometimes. Is that the same person as Jacob? So give me an answer in chat. Yes, it is the same person, or no, it is not the same person. Don't just say yes or no. Give me a full phrase. You're using voice to text, so you can do that. Yes, it is the same person. No, it isn't the same person. Jake and Jacob, because Dennis and I still aren't completely convinced. So far, he's behaving. Ran Israel, Star Wars. So this is going to tell me about that. Yeah, Ashoka Tano. Yeah, that's what the skin looks like for us in Fortnite. You can think of skin as character or custom. It's the whole person. Brave requires no account for sync. It generates a unique key. Oh, that's interesting. So if you're using the Brave browser, it generates a unique key. So, but isn't that an account? Well, it could accomplish. Okay, so they don't call it creating an account, but it is a key that identifies you, so they can still track you, and indeed they do, because if you're using that same key across those two browsers, it's those two computers, it's taking that information from one computer and giving it to you on the other computer. That's pretty similar to an account in my name. Tim Tech Whiz. Is that a different name for you? Are you Tim Cruise? Tim Tech Whiz. That's not. Did you change your name again? I'll take that off screen when I go to his channel. Some people are sensitive about that. Yeah, that's the same person. So I have some extra ideas for you about your cell booster. And have you already got the cell booster working with your new computer, Tim? Yes or no? Says, sorry, I'm late because I have some other ideas for you. Tim says he was thinking about buying this laptop. You just got a new laptop. Why in the world are you thinking about buying another laptop? Well, the one you have isn't Windows 11 capable. Maybe that's why. $1,800? Really? Wow. Yikes. Tim Tech is Tim Cruise. Hello, Ken Stout. I do have your redirect set for your yesterday's premiere today. Alice, my audio is skipping while playing some games lately. I'm using Windows 10. Let's see, Alice, you're playing Sim 4, aren't you? Am I remembering that right? I remember we spent some time trying to get your gameplay improving. If your audio is skipping, I'm wondering if it's the same thing, because we found that your computer was just a little bit underpowered for what you're trying to do with it, and maybe the game has been advancing to the extent where it's causing you trouble now. Is that the situation that we're talking about? Brian Lightfoot, I think you're right. You must be a prophet. Francois, oh, he found my Fortnite when he read the video description. So you're the person who read it. Yes, Sims 4, but other games too. Ken Stout has his fingers crossed that his premiere actually plays. Doug, there's another question you might ask with the person who wants a local account, and that question will be why? Why do you want that account? Because as you know, that may be an open discussion. Personally, in my worldly experience, of course, I've done both. I find, generally speaking, from my personal reasoning, creating a Microsoft account for me is the way to go, but I do have machines that have a local account. One thing about a Microsoft account is when you get another machine and you sign into the new machine, everything migrates over well, at least the things, your settings and things. Now, what I like to do is I like to set up a local account, and then on top of that, I'll log in as my Microsoft account. Because if something goes wrong with the Microsoft account, you will be able to log in with your local account, and it treats those as synonymous for the same account. Meaning you can switch back and forth from logging in with a Microsoft account to local account, Microsoft account, and it is the same. It works off the same account on the computer. That's the way I like it. For daily usage, okay, so Tim has not responded that he's whether he's got that fixed or not, but okay, so since he hasn't responded, I'm going to go on to something else. Let's see, I did respond to Francois, so I'll give him a thumbs up and a heart. And then down here, responding to the Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro video, it says, thank you, Doug. No questions or other comments, so I'm guessing that was helpful to him. Actually, I'm gonna reply and give him the timestamp here because maybe he'd come check out our little community here and interact with us during live streams. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Now this one, grow YouTube views. This video is on point. I've demonstrated this many times, and I'm going to report that person as unwanted commercial content or spam. There is a thing happening on YouTube where a lot of, let's see, got to finish this one. Yeah, hide the user as well. There's a lot of YouTube channels out there that are reporting that their channels are getting hit with the invalid views bug, and their revenue is extremely downgraded, where they lose like 75% of their revenue. And these are for channels that are generating thousands of dollars a month in revenue. And it's been happening for quite a while. It started apparently somewhere in was it 2022, or was it as long ago as 2021? And I've seen a lot of people giving incorrect conclusions as to why it's happening. They're thinking their channel specifically is being targeted or their type of content. No, I think to some extent it's the fault of these these folks out here that are trying to give us fake views. That's the kind of thing. But I don't think those channels are actually clicking to accept those. I think there's one or more teams working at YouTube that are given the task of finding invalid views. So they create algorithms within YouTube that go hunt for certain types of signs on channels. And when the algorithm finds those channels, it then degrades their revenue and puts on this banner saying invalid views or ads limited due to invalid views. But it hasn't been verified yet. Eventually, a human goes, checks it out, finds that it's not justified, and they turn that off, because the channels who have gotten hit with that problem, it typically, the ones that I've heard about or seen about that get recovered from that takes maybe 2 or 3 months, and then their views are restored. Their lost income is not given to them, but then they are able to go on. And I think the teams that are creating the algorithms, they're hitting wrongly with those algorithms, and YouTube just allows that downgrade to stick for a little while because they need to regenerate money. Apparently, YouTube's been in big trouble with advertisers who have apparently proven or shown that a lot of their advertising that they've been charged for has been attributed to invalid views. So some have speculated that YouTube's trying to recover the financial money that they've had to pay back to those advertisers. And it's just a stinky, ugly mess. So I got to get off that topic. I'm really curious about researching deeper into that subject. Looks like no Doug today. What does that mean? No Doug today? I'm not overtime. I don't know what that means. Ran Israel. Local account and a Microsoft account using the same profile. Yeah, I'm still streaming. You scared me there, Rick. I don't know what that's up about. Local and Microsoft account using the same profile. Yeah. Well, let's see. I can't. I don't want to demonstrate it during a live stream on Big Beast, but maybe I can demonstrate that over here on Baby Beast. Yeah, let's try this. So here I'm showing Baby Beast. I'll bring the keyboard and mouse over here and click the Windows button, type sign in, and click on sign in options. And I haven't tried this in Windows 11 yet. Let's see, where is this at? Help with sign in. Facial recognition, PIN, Windows hello, ways to sign in. There's a thing here. Oh, maybe up here. Yeah, this is looking better. Rewards, OneDrive, Microsoft Storage, Family, here, yeah, sign in options. I think this is it. Nope, that got me the same thing. Your info. Microsoft, here, sign in with local account instead. Since I already have a local account, I can do this. So this is Baby Beast, currently signing in as a Microsoft account. You can see that up here. So I click sign in with local account instead. Are you sure Windows works better when you're signing with Microsoft? Switching local account means you won't see your personalized setting on all your devices, but I can change it back. And then I do. And you might be asked to sign in again if you want to access info associated with your account. If you still want to continue, go to the next step and verify your identity. So I click next. And then put in my PIN. Take that off screen. Type in my PIN, although all you see is the 4 dots. Whoops, wrong one. And then enter your local account info. So I have to correctly, oh, that's asking new password. I already have a password on that account. It's asking new password. Let's do, I'm writing this down because sometimes when I put in passwords during a live show, I forget it. Let's see, I don't know if that shows up as I'm typing. No, it doesn't. So, and then I'll type it again. And then I'm not going to do a hint. Next. Oh, hint is required. Local account, you're almost done. Make sure you save your work. Sign out and finish. Wow, I'm questioning whether I actually already have a local account set up there or not. You're signing out. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do this on Big Beast. And then here it's letting me sign in with my PIN, but this is the local account. That was a Microsoft account. So it has all the same configurations. Now, if I go back into sign in options, and I got to that, let's see, password, local account up here, click on local account, and then here, Microsoft account. Sign in to get the most out of Windows. So then I click, am I not getting to the right place? Microsoft account, sign in to get the most out of Windows. One account, sign in. One account for everything. Yeah, this whole thing is looking different than it does on Windows 10. What does that take me to? Manage my, yeah, here, sign in with a Microsoft account instead. So now I can switch back to my Microsoft account. And click next. And the password for that. What was it? Let's do, I'll come over here. Go look that up where I have it, since RoboFarm won't get it there. Come on, here and there. Let's see, do this. I keep reaching for the wrong mouse. I'm on the wrong tab. And that. Oh, it's not. No, come on. It's not going to the place that I want it to go to. Okay. Let's do it over here. Can I do it over here? It's getting close to time to send you off to Ken's premiere. Really? He doesn't know his password? Of course I don't know my password. It's complex, right? And there. And I have changed it occasionally. Yeah, do not accidentally bring that screen up again. Okay, then I'm gonna paste it into here and sign in. Your account password not. All right, I give up. Do I give up really? Do I? That must not be the most current password. There. Yeah, that looks familiar. I do not totally trust RoboForm for my password, so I was looking this up at a different location. And I'm not going to tell you where that location is. Paste that. See if that works. Enter password. Incorrect. All right. I give up. Seriously, I give up. 9:32. So, Doug, just to be clear, there is something to having a local account created first and create a Microsoft account. I think you're saying something potentially interesting. Yeah, and the reason why I want to do the local account first is because I want the profile folder to be named by as the local account. If you create the Microsoft account first, it's going to create the user profile with a weird naming convention based upon the email address that you're using for your Microsoft account. So I prefer to create the local account first and then sign in as a Microsoft account. Personally, I would not buying a gaming laptop, the world of hurt and heat. No, I haven't tried the creative yet. I was watching Hexona and okay, had to refresh, not sure what happened. That's what he meant by no Doug. How am I doing? Still got a little bit of time left, so I'm going to look for orange or kind of scan through. In your explanation, you bring up another interesting possibility. It's a liability to lost income. Why is that we're talking about on the surface? Why is Google not liability? It could be possibly class action. Absolutely. Absolutely, that could become a common class action lawsuit because it looks very substantially that they are doing something wrong, leaving that sit for 2 or 3 months and then fixing it, and that they went after that intentionally. That very much could be a big class action lawsuit. The problem is they've got to get somebody pissed off enough that they're going to hire an attorney and go after it, and them being the primary plaintiff, they could get a lot more than their own personal losses off of it. Although some of the large YouTube channels that have gotten hit with it, they lost a lot of money. Man Israel, thanks. So if you make a change in your profile, change wallpaper on one account, the change is carried over to the other. If you're on a Microsoft account, yeah, I believe that not everything carries over from one computer to another because they're different computers. Like your power settings on one computer, that won't carry over to the other computer because that's not specific to your user account or your user preferences. But wallpaper, I think, does. I think. Somebody else might have contradicted me on that. OCD Doug, give up, inconceivable. All right, I'm going to shut this down. I'll go read the rest of your messages in chat. Ken Stout has a premiere, and he's going to say several times, he's going to claim that today is September 25th, Monday. It's because he scheduled that premiere wrong. You can use this address to send me an email, question, or comment on any video or in the chat room. Goodbye.